The terror attacks in Paris have reignited religious tensions around the world, not only in Europe, but also here in the U.S. At Duke University in North Carolina, officials abandoned plans to allow Muslim students to begin a weekly call to prayer from the chapel tower due to a security threat. And in Arkansas, a father and son were turned away from a shooting range that had been declared, quote, Muslim-free by its owner, just because they had dark complexions. They were not Muslims. I'm joined now by Arsalan Iftikhar, a Muslim and international human rights attorney, and I think the editor of Muslim Monthly. Arsalan, thank you very much for being with us. First, Duke University, highly secular, ecumenical university, the chapel tower, an iconic location on campus. What happened there? Do you know?
Yeah, Andrea, apparently Duke University recently rescinded their decision to allow the weekly Muslim call to prayer after right-wing evangelist Franklin Graham put pressure on the university and said that he would try to get donors to remove money, which is interesting, Andrea, because Franklin Graham in 2001 told Tom Brokaw on NBC Nightly News that Islam is a wicked and evil religion, and even the legendary Tom Brokaw was taken aback and gave Reverend Graham an opportunity to take back his remarks, and he doubled down on it, and he's repeated it several times since then. So it's nice to see Duke University, cower to this bigotry. And I wonder if they're going to go to Coach Mike Krzyzewski next and tell him that his star Muslim player Rashid Suleiman can't play anymore. It's a bad look on Duke, and it's something that I hope won't happen again.
Well, clearly they're going to have to discuss this, and we should point out Franklin Graham, of course, is the son of Billy Graham. What do we know about the shooting range in Arkansas? That's completely crazy. It's all
crazy. So apparently, it really is, Andrea. Apparently there is a firing range in Arkansas which has designated itself, quote-unquote, a Muslim-free zone. So basically they have a no-Muslim sign hanging on the outside of their store, and an American Indian Hindu college student went to the firing range with his father, and just because of their brown skin, the owner thought that they were Muslim and denied them service. And of course, if this was a gun range that had a no blacks or no Jews sign, I would be horrified, and I would be sitting in the same chair condemning this gun range. Arkansas can do a lot better in the year 2015.
As we look to Europe, there's increasing tensions, anti-Muslim backlash. We've seen steps taken by France against a prominent Muslim comedian, while they're busy, of course, proclaiming free speech in the name of Charlie Hebdo, appropriately. But at the same time, we have the Jewish community feeling very much under siege.
Sure.
I don't know whether the heads of government can deal with this, what faith leaders can do, what we in journalism can do.
That's a very good question, Andrea. And even before the Charlie Hebdo attacks in Paris and Germany, there were recently anti-Islam rallies that had up to 17,000 people in, cities around Germany. And German leader Angela Merkel is now joining a sort of pro-interfaith rally, to sort of quell the tide of this sort of right-wing neo-Nazi, anti-immigrant, anti-Muslim, political movements that you're seeing in Germany. You're seeing it in France with Marie Le Pen and the National Front. You have the British National Party, the BNP in the UK, which is, right-wing, ultra-nationalistic parties. And so Europe is going through its own sort of integration civil war right now, primarily with their Muslim minorities in their countries.
And I wanted to read a statement from Duke University that we now have. Duke remains committed, they say, to fostering an inclusive, tolerant, and welcoming campus for all of its students. However, it was clear that what was conceived as an effort to unify was not having the intended effect. So that is the statement so far from Duke, but we will, of course, be getting back to them. Yes, Arsalan.
Yeah, Andrea, and that's a great statement, but I would say that if we look at the specter of identity politics in America, Islamophobia right now is the one accepted form of racism in America. If you say something that is anti-black, anti-Semitic, homophobic, there'll be universal uproar against it, but Islamophobia, taking shots at Muslims, that's okay today.
Well, it's not okay here, and thank you very much, Arsalan Iftikhar, for being with us, and we will follow up.